Hey everyone, we're TowawayCouple.
I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, the former sandwich maker.
The former sandwich maker.
My sandwiches weren't going out very well.
No, we got a loaf of bread that's moldy right now. So I tried feeding the sandwich maker. I tried resetting the sandwich maker. I can't find the mute button for the life of me.
I just keep da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But there is a reason she is the former sandwich maker.
Right, because I'm going through orientation too.
Yes, she's going to start driving for Horizon.
I am. But you know what? I'm not quite ready to pull somebody else's RVs.
Right.
So I've done ours, but I'm not ready to do somebody else's. So I'm just going to do bobtail runs.
Bobtail runs. So she's going to do the deadhead miles back. So what that means is we get 11 hours a day to drive.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be pulling the trailers because I've had umpteen years of experience pulling trailers. And what happens is when we get to the drop-off location and we try to do the locations within a one-day run, so 650 miles, we can get there really quick. Mm-hmm. And then I've been stuck for 10 hours. So what happens is I get dispatched on a trailer. I hook onto the trailer, I drive 650 plus miles and drop the trailer off. Now I have to be on a mandatory 10-hour break.
So most of the time we're in the truck.
Right.
Because, I mean, we just save the hotel rooms for when we're in a sightsee or when we definitely want some downtime.
Right. So, and then what happens is we spend 10 hours in either a hotel room or at a truck stop. We've done that. We played casino games. And then after the 10 hours is up, we deadheaded back. And then, because it's 650 miles back, we're now on yet another 10-hour downtime. So for every one dispatch, there's 20 hours of downtime because you have one there, one coming back. Mm-hmm. So what happens is now Bunny can dispatch with me, and when I drive the 10 hours or 11 hours mm-hmm. to the location and we drop off the trailer, I can go in the passenger side or the back seat, and then Bunny can get in the driver's seat and drive the 11 hours back.
Correct. Now, we will go into another video about this, but you do have to have a DOT sleeping berth in order to do this.
Yes, and we are installing one.
Right. So as I'm driving, he'll be in the back. I can turn up my radio and just drown him out.
Right. And I can watch movies or I can be sound asleep. But that gives me my 10 hours off. So when we get back, we are ready to dispatch immediately another trailer. So what we figured is while Bunny's not going to be pulling trailers, if we could stick with our 10 hours back and forth, we can double our dispatches.
Right. We've already figured out that pretty much we can do a trailer a day.
A day.
Doing
every
it
day.
that way, if we stay within a certain amount of miles.
Right.
So
it depends on the drop-off time, though.
Correct. But once he drops the trailer, then I drive, and then we just switch places.
Yes. And then she's in the back, and I'm driving.
Then you will be able to find the mute button.
Then I will be able to find the mute button. So the cool thing is we should be able to double our income. The thing is right now she can't drive back, so we're stuck here in the hotel because we do not have a DOT sleeping berth until Thursday.
Right.
And Bunny goes to orientation on Thursday. If we did not have a sleeping berth in the back, she could drive back, but our hours would have to match. So if I'm driving, she has to show on duty. And then when I'm not driving, I have to show on duty. So I can't be in the vehicle on duty after 14 hours.
Right. So, but I still have to do the same thing. I still have to go through the orientation, the DOT physical, the drug test. The only thing that I will not be doing is the
driving test. Because she's not technically going to be pulling a trailer yet.
Right, but I still will be driving for Horizon just in that same. So I will still have my own contract also. Now,
here's another thing that we did find out. We were going to make a run to Canada, and right now we're right in the middle of the pandemic, 3 months into it, and they asked if I would run the trailer up to Canada. Well, with Bunny in there, we were at first we were like, yeah, let's go check out Canada.
Right, let's go.
And I even questioned. I said, can we get over there? And we're an essential business, so getting a trailer over there is an essential business. Well, I was talking to another driver, and who's through a mutual friend, and when I was telling him that, I said, I canceled that load to Canada because I was a little nervous, because right now they literally the other day just shut down all the borders again, and they signed a pact that they weren't going to reopen the Canadian-American border for another month or two. And my concern was, if I go over there and something happens, when I come back and they require a 14-day quarantine, I can't afford that.
No.
So I just decided I'd rather just stay in America than trying to come back and then have to quarantine. Well, when I was telling this couple that drive together, and I said, hey, this is what we were going to do, and now we're canceling. He goes, well, be glad you're canceling. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because you drive for Horizon, Bunny does not yet. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? He explained, I'm essential business. Bunny's not essential. She's just a passenger. So when we get to the border, they would make her get out of the truck. They would let me pass through, but they would make her stay on the American side of the border until I did my drop-off and came back. We did not know this. We would have got to the border. If we would have known it ahead of time, we could have gotten a hotel for Bunny.
Right, and planned it out.
I could have ran in. Now, mind you, this is only a 350-mile run one way. So it was going to be 700 miles round trip. And what we were looking at was, it was going to be basically just, I could get there in and out of the country within the day.
Right.
But then I found out the first couple times you go in there, you're definitely going to get searched the first time. The other couple that drive told me they search all new trucks coming through and the trailers thoroughly. So you want to make sure that you have time to sit at the border. How long does that take? I don't know. I've never gone through it. It could take a half an hour. It could take 3 hours, depending on how far they want to go. So we didn't even think about that either. So theoretically, they could have tied me up so long that when I got over to drop off the trailer, I could have been stuck with my 10-hour downtime.
Right. So now once I start driving and we get our logs in order and have a good, and they want to see 14 days of logs.
In Canada, they want to see 14 days of logs. We're so new. We're still going through our logs. We're still trying to figure it all out. My big concern is I would get to the border and they would find a flaw in my logs. And right now, I don't want to have any flaws in my logs.
No.
We're not trying to cook the books. We're not trying to do anything wrong, but we accidentally could be, and I don't want to be caught because they may not be as forgiving as us trying to fix it on our own.
Right, right. So definitely this time it was just, let's just sit back and wait, and we'll try it maybe in a month or so.
Or when the pandemic's over.
When it's over. Like I said, he's the worrywart of the three of us.
So, but now that Bunny will be driving, she will be an essential business. So therefore, if we do get dispatched to Canada, we can both cross the border.
Yep.
Because we're both drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm driving the trailer in, she's qualified to drive the truck out.
Correct.
So, yeah, if you are a husband and wife looking to do this, at first we didn't even think about Bunny working for Horizon or any other towaway company.
No, not at all.
We just thought Bunny was going to be my navigator and help me out, and I was going to do the driving. And then it dawned on us after we were losing so much time and money. 2/3 of our time was downtime.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2/3 of your income not being earned.
Right.
So when we thought about it, when we called Horizon, they're like, that's a great idea. She could bobtail. They're okay with that.
So it's going to be great.
So
Tom's going to sit in the back and have a heart attack.
I'm not a very trusting person when it comes to other people driving, including my wife. I value my life. She laughs, but she knows it's true.
Well, how many times, like if we were out partying for a night and he'd be all drunk and passed out in the passenger seat, and then he'd pop up and go, I can drive better than you and I'm drunk.
Mind you, that goes to show you, we don't drink and drive.
Not at all.
So if Bunny was driving, she was sober. If I'm driving,
Yeah.
I'm sober. If one of us drank, the other one did not. So we always had a designated driver, and typically Bunny was the first to grab a drink.
I was the smart one.
She was the smart one. So anyway, she hasn't had a drink in a long time.
God, I know, it's been months.
It's been months, so because we haven't gone out. We've been sitting at home during the pandemic, and now that we're doing the driving, we haven't had time.
No. And even that, I don't want to have any alcohol in my system at all, period.
No, especially this week when you have the
No.
DOT drug and alcohol
Right.
test.
Exactly.
So anyway, check it out. If you are a single driver and you're going to be doing this, understand you are going to have 10 hours of downtime for every 11 hours of driving or 14-hour shift.
Correct.
If you have a wife, I wouldn't say a partner, like another guy, and you guys are going to do it, split the money, that's not worth it at that point. You might as well just do it by yourself. You'll make more money. But if you have a wife or girlfriend that's going to be along with you anyways, make her a bobtail driver if she doesn't want to drive trailers, and double your income, and then but you're going to have a faster 34-hour reset.
Right. So I'm calling it turn and burn. We're going to turn and burn all the time.
Right, so every 70 hours in 8 days, you have to be off for 34 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out our timeline, and when we hit 60 hours, we're going to run a trailer to Alabama, because we live in Alabama, and we could drop a trailer right there at the...
About 2 hours from home.
About 2 hours from home. We can make $700, $800, and then we can pop over home for 3 or 4 days and then come back.
Well, we could have had a lot more loads under our belt already, but
We've been sightseeing and vacationing.
We've been sightseeing and having fun. But you know what? We have our daughter and our granddaughter still in California, so it was time to go see them. So
we hooked a load.
Our second load. We went
$2,800 load to California. It took us 3 days to get there. So now you're hearing how much it makes, and I think it was about $300 in fuel, maybe a little less. And so $2,500 in profit. We were able to drive that trailer to Reno, unhook, and then drive to Southern California and spend 3 days with my dad and our daughter and our grandkids.
Right, and then we came back and started working again. So it's a great way to go see family and get paid for it. Right. Yes.
Now, I'm not when I say the money, I'm not saying all the wear and tear and the maintenance. It's negligible. You got to do it anyways. That's the way I look at it.
You just have to do it a lot faster.
You got to do a lot. Yeah, the oil changes instead of every 3 months are going to be every month.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah.
So, all right. Bunny's going to start driving. We're excited.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right. So we'll be doing more videos on that. Now, stay tuned. We are actually going to be doing more traveling videos, and we're going to do inspection videos and stuff that we find. And we'll explain some of the stuff we're learning from other drivers and other people that will hopefully benefit you, because it's all learning. And when you go to orientation, you're going to get dumped a lot of information, and they don't expect you to remember it all. And like Horizon's been great. They will work with you on certain things because they understand that you were dumped on, and you're going to not remember everything.
Right. Even two of us, there's still things I'm like, we went over that?
Yes.
So definitely
and Bunny gets to go through orientation again.
Right. So now I'll get to
Even though she went to my orientation, she has to do her own. I'm going to stay at the hotel.
He's going to stay in bed.
She went to my orientation. I'm going to stay in bed and let her go on her own. I'll drive her there. I might pick her up.
Yeah, you're just going to drive me and pick me up. That way you have a vehicle.
Right.
So you can go to Rise and Roll Donuts.
I can go, oh my God. We'll talk about Rise and Roll Donuts. It's a total Amish thing. And we will be discussing Dan's hitches. We've been taking a look at our links. And we're going to go back through our videos and add a link to Dan's hitches. They've been doing all of our work. And I'll tell you what, we looked at Amazon and all the other stuff. We were going to do it all on the cheap. and I found out Dan's did all the same stuff. I could get it for Amazon. I didn't have to pay taxes through Dan's, and what I could do it on Amazon doing it myself, they did it all labor, so I didn't actually have to do my own labor.
Right. So it's all there for you.
Yeah, so yeah, we appreciate Dan's hitches.
Yep. Truck goes back in on Thursday. Yes.
For the sleeper berth.
Yep.
And we'll be doing a video on the sleeper berth, and if you are going to be doing a husband and wife thing, definitely subscribe to our channel. Definitely click the little gray bell to be notified, and definitely watch the video on the sleeper berth, because it's an investment that we haven't even paid for, but we've already made the money to pay for all that already.
Just 4 runs.
In just 4 runs. So it'll pay for itself instantly.
Right, for the sleeper berth and the tonneau cover. We've already got the money in 4 runs.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about why we're doing a tonneau cover.
Absolutely we are.
Yep, so all right, until next time, we will see you down the road.
All right, goodbye.